I mean, if you stand and just look at it, Sergeant Major, and just the first time they set foot on the world stage, I guess, in World War II, from what I read on it, was the Battle of Okinawa. The Battle of Okinawa started in, I think it was like April Fool's Day of 1945, something like that. And the Marshall Marines, for the first time, they'd always been in World War II, attached to other organizations. But that Battle of Okinawa, they brought the whole unit intact out to fight on the front lines for the first time by themselves. And Truman, from that experience, had an impression on him. Had a lot to do with him integrating that military in '48, the valor of that Battle of Okinawa.
Whoa.
And
I think you got part of that right.
I got all that right. I got all of that right.
You got part of that right.
Just about the Marines and the Battle of Okinawa.
Well, I'm not talking about that part. You talking about why they integrated the military.
And Truman,
well, they integrated the military because the casualties that they took in the war.
Well, yeah. Well, let me
finish. Because you got to let you do your Marvel Marine stuff. So I want to add this note because we need to understand clearly. Now, the Marvel Marines, I salute you. Triple Nickels, I salute you. Tuskegee Airmen, I salute you. Because these are organizations that tell the history, right? But let's tell the history too. Don't just say it was because we were so valiant. They started doing. Wait a minute. We were valiant. That's true. But they needed us to fight the war.
So here's the point. Here's the point. So you talked about how before the 40s, blacks were not allowed to serve in the military. Mm-hmm. There was a study done in 1926. The National War College did a study, and that publication is what set the stage. Out of that study, that came out that blacks would not make good soldiers. Mm-hmm. They thought we wasn't worthy. We would run. So that was the study. So after pressure mounted on the Roosevelt administration, they passed the executive order they passed the executive order which allowed blacks to come to the military. Now, to your point, it was the Roosevelt administration that allowed them in. Truman ended the segregation in the late 40s. But to your point, though, is even in combat, they kept them segregated.
Kept them segregated
because of that study, that war college study. And what happened was, it was actually the Guadalcanals when blacks first got a taste of combat. Mm. Okinawa was the biggest footprint we had, but Guadalcanal is what got us on the map. And what happened was the front lines was thinning. It's casualties. Mm-hmm. Casualties was mounting. But guess what happened? Now the casualties mounting, and all the blacks were held in reserve. They were ammo carriers, litter bearers. Right. But guess what else they had? They had rifles and ammo. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's when they threw them in because they had to. They needed the replacements in there. They put them in, and that's when they showed. That's when they showed their rifle is just as accurate as anybody else's. And that's what opened the door. It was so profound that the new commandant made a statement after Guadalcanal that said the Negro Marines are no longer on trial. They're Marines, period.
They're Marines, period.